YouTube, bonjour, welcome to Cuisine and Love for another recipe today. Really excited. We're gonna work with Turbot, really common fish in France from the western part. Beautiful flat fish with 4 fillets, gorgeous. We're gonna serve it, the turbot today, with some gold potatoes smash. Then we're gonna serve with hazelnut, parsley, delicious. We're gonna get the crunch with the hazelnuts. This recipe apply for any fish. If you have sea bream, if you have sea bass, if you have salmon at home, you'll get the idea with the video and you can apply it to your kitchen however you want. Let's get started. First step, what's gonna take the longest to cook. We'll cook those gold potatoes. It's pretty much just little tiny potatoes you can find anywhere in the world. They're delicious. We're gonna cook them with some rock salt. So we're just gonna put some rock salt into this pot here, and we'll have the potatoes on top. So why do we do that and not in the water is because, first of all, we'll get the right seasoning. We won't have to add any salt after, and the potatoes will get kind of like drier than if you cook in the water. Sometimes when you cook in the water, it gets just this watery taste that I don't really like. Here we'll get 100% of potatoes flavors. With a little salt in the back, it's just gonna be lovely. 350 Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes. Once the potatoes are in the oven, we can get started with the mustard crust. We're gonna have all those elements: the breadcrumb, the butter, room temperature, we need it to get it really soft, the mustard, some pepper, and some salt. Pretty simple. Put everything in a bowl. Butter on top, mustard. So everything, obviously I have the recipe done. I weighed everything out before. Salt. And pepper. There you go. So now the little trick is I'm not going to use a spatula to mix. I'm going to use a glove, latex glove. It's just going to be much easier. And just going to go like this and get all the elements together until we get something really smooth. Mustard crust. Once I get my dough, parchment paper. I got 2 similar ones, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna spread in between those 2 parchment papers the mustard dough evenly, and we're gonna place it in the freezer. Crust. You can see the thickness. It's about half of an inch. Freezer for literally 15-20 minutes and it will be ready. Let's go. In my smashed potatoes, I want a nice garlic flavor. So this is really powerful when it's raw. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna blanch it with water. It's very simple. You take a pot with the water, the garlic, bring it to the boil, strain it, and you do that process 3 times. And the garlic will lose his tartness and his bitterness and everything. It's just gonna be beautiful garlic flavor. So let's do it. Here's the beast. This turbot is about 1 pound. Actually 1 pound. So we have 4 fillets on the dark side, on the bright side. So I'm just gonna break it down. I'll use those beautiful bones for a nice fumé broth. For example, tomorrow's risotto or whatever you want. If you want to make a fish soup, the flat fish, they have the best bones and you get the best broth. Now we're gonna take off the skin. We're just gonna peel it off with a knife. So to do so, I'm just putting the knife underneath. I'm gonna pull the skin just like this. You get a fish with the skin off. There we go. So now I have all my very thin fillet because it was a baby turbot. I'm just gonna stack them together to do a nice steak. So pretty much I'm gonna end up with the big one, and we're gonna cook the fillets like this with the mustard parsley a little later. I'm gonna show you, and it looks just beautiful. So now my garlic is cooked, and what we're gonna do, it's been blanched 3 times as I said. Very thinly sliced, just half of an onion that we're gonna add in the potatoes as well. Parsley, I just rinsed it obviously. Make sure you don't forget it. Add a little drop of vinegar as well, just to kill all the germs and everything. And I'm using my little salad spinner. I love this guy. Make sure that I have a dry parsley. It's just gonna be easier as well. To finish with all the garnishes, we're gonna have the hazelnuts on the cutting board. You can take either a little saucepan. I like to use just a cutting board. And I jump. There we go. Very simply, smash them a little bit. Of course I toast them, I forgot to tell you. I toast them in the oven for like 4 minutes in the potato oven. And there we go. You're gonna have this in the mashed potatoes at the end. Smells good. So 25 minutes. They got a little coloration, and you can fill them with your fingers. And if you have a doubt, just use a little paring knife. Yeah, super soft, super cooked. So now it's time to smash them. So first step with the potatoes, I'm gonna peel them. As simple. I'm using a paring knife. I peel them, place them on my plate. While you're peeling your potatoes, you can switch your oven to broil, 400 Fahrenheit, because we're gonna cook the fish in it. I get my hot potatoes, freshly peeled. Now I'm gonna smash them with a fork. If you have something else to use it. But very important, smash them when they're hot. It's just easier. Time for the seasoning of the potatoes. So we're gonna use the mix of the garlic, onions, and parsley that we have, our beautiful nuts, and a little bit of olive oil that we're gonna add salt and pepper if necessary, and we'll be all set. I'm just gonna put about 2 spoons of the garnishes. 2 pinch of hazelnut, a little bit of olive oil. There you go. after, it's mostly with the taste. You taste and you season it as you like it. As simple as that. Who else knows better than you? Wow, it smells good. Let's taste it. No salt. Perfect. My mustard crust is frozen. Even if you put it in the fridge, it will be hard. But if you put it in the fridge, you're gonna need obviously another 30 minutes. So this one has been in the freezer for about 25 minutes. It's ready to go. So as you could see, I have a tray that I'm gonna put in the oven with some parchment paper. On top, I'm gonna add my fish. I put some salt. There you go, generously. And now, with the crust, we're just gonna cut it. You can use scissors, or you can simply use a knife. I'm gonna use a knife. I'm gonna go right in the middle. There we go. And I'm gonna look, yeah. So let's go cut the size of the fish so we can look. I'm pretty satisfied with that. And you just simply take the parchment off. So now it's time to calculate it correctly. So let's cut a little bit here, a little bit here. There we go. After it's gonna melt, so it's gonna perfectly go on a fish. And now it's time to bake it. Broil, 400 degrees, and it's gonna cook about 8 minutes, and it's gonna be perfect. So about 8-10 minutes, we could see the white coagulation of the fish on the bottom. That's a good sign of the fish is ready. There we go, perfect. Smells good. Now we're ready for plating. We're gonna put the potatoes on the bottom of the plate. There you go, with the spatula. So it's a very fragile fish, so I gotta be careful. I made this little potato bed. And there we go, we got our mustard Turbot. Perfect. A little fancy, but perfect for the Sundays and family or for special occasion. I really like this recipe. Simple to do, honestly. I think it wasn't that bad. Let us know if you guys liked it. It was Cuisine and Love, and we're really, really happy to share with you guys. See you for the next recipe.